Good morning. Happy Thursday. We have almost done it. You are almost through your first week of home-based learning. Congratulations. Give yourselves a round of applause. You've done it. Most of you. A few of you still may be struggling a little bit with this, and I encourage you to send me a message. Talk to me if you're struggling. A lot of you have. And I think, things have been okay. Definitely a rocky start, but I think things are improving, and that's good. We are growing, we are learning together in this time. So today, let's get on with our lesson. Today we are talking about types of adaptations. Okay, I am on page 228 right now in the textbook. And right here, types of adaptations. We learned yesterday that adaptations, specifically beneficial adaptations, really help animals and plants survive or help them grow, right? We looked at the mice, seeing how the mice would have an adaptation, like the black mice. That mutation helped them adapt to the new black ground in the desert, so that now they were camouflaged, whereas before those black mice would stand out, and the hawks, the snakes, the owls, the coyotes, the foxes, any sort of secondary consumer would just see it stand out and swoop in, easy Snickers bar, as the guy said. But now that it's black, those ones actually survive, whereas the brown ones that are hanging out on the black rocks, they're the ones that stand out, and that adaptation is not beneficial. Okay, so that was yesterday, but today we're looking at the different types because it's more than just camouflage. Okay, if you look at table 1 right over here, the types of adaptations, we see that there are 3 types. All right, we have structural, behavioral, and functional. So let's talk about the differences between these 3. A structural adaptation is about the actual shape, size, or color of the organism. Okay, so things that are structural would be like if we're talking about the structure of a building, okay, we're talking about the color. What color is the building? How tall is the building? Like how many stories? Is it made of is it concrete or mostly glass? What is it? Is it wood? Is it brick? Those are the things that are structural for a building. So for an organism, we're talking about those same things. It's all the things we identify different animals by. We identify a giraffe by its long neck and long legs, by its spots, maybe even by the little horns that are on its head. Those are all the things that we identify it by, and those are all structural. Okay. Going along that same line with the giraffe, that's those adaptations. A giraffe has that really long neck so that it can reach the leaves that are way up in the tree. It doesn't climb the tree, it doesn't need to, it just reaches up and gets a tasty salad. Okay, and that is a structural adaptation. The shape of this and the size of that giraffe helps it to survive. Now let's talk about behavioral is the second one. But behavioral is an action. You guys know what behavior is. You have terrible examples of them all during class, almost every day. And in a weird sense, I don't miss it at all. I miss you guys though. No, but you guys know what behavior is. There's no different meaning here in science than there is normal. This is how they act. How do different animals act that help them to survive? The examples here: migration, hibernation, hunting at night, playing dead. Those are adaptations that different animals have learned in order to survive. A couple months ago, we watched Over the Hedge, animated movie, and there are some possums in it that play dead. Many animals, they like the hunt, and they don't like to eat dead things. They like their meat fresh. So that would be a very positive adaptation. If it's being hunted and all of a sudden it plays dead, and then a mountain lion, for example, comes, or a puma, cougar, whatever, same animal, comes along, sees it, it's like, no, it's dead. That's no fun. It's probably rotting. I don't want that. It leaves it alone, walks away, possum pops up, walks away, chuckling to itself that it just fooled the dumb cougar. So yeah, that would be behavioral. Now functional may seem fairly similar to structural. Structural is like a special ability that an animal has. It's really how it uses the structure. Okay, it seems kind of similar to the structural because everything that a plant or animal can do as a function, it does because of its structure, right? The example here is a cobra spitting venom. Now, obviously, it's going to have some sort of structural adaptation in order to have the ability to spit venom. Okay, but it's really just how does it use that? I think a great example of this would be a cheetah's speed. If you think about a cheetah, it's not fast because it exercises a lot. It has very special anatomy, very special bones, very special structure that helps it to actually reach those speeds. Okay, you and I will never reach those speeds. We don't have the shape to do it, but a cheetah does, and that's why it's able to reach those speeds. So the structural adaptation of a cheetah would be kind of this. It's got this really streamlined head. It's got this heavy chest that also helps reduce wind resistance. It has these super powerful legs. It's the only cat that does not have retractable claws. Its claws are always out, so it can grip the ground in order to run faster. All those are structural, but the function of it is reaching speeds of over 60 miles an hour. Understand the difference? Structure is what enables the function. Okay. If we use a human example, okay, we have like one of our greatest structural weapon is our brains. We are the smartest animals in the world. Okay. We're not the strongest, we're not the fastest, but we are the smartest. That is our structure, okay? The function of that is our ability to create, is our ability to build homes, build walls, plant food. All of the things that we do to survive is a use of the structure of our brains, okay? So building a house to protect us from the elements is a function. Having arms and a brain and the ability to use those tools and having an arm to swing a hammer, having a brain to design the building, those are the structure. Does that make sense? Hope so. So yeah, those are the three different types, and you guys are going to be answering some questions, coming up with some examples of your own, some examples that are not listed in Table 1. So, and don't use examples that I've said either. I guess you can, if you're really, so you can use one. You can use one example that I've used, but otherwise, I really want you guys to think and come up with your own examples. Don't just copy what I'm saying. Okay. Before I sign off, I have a quick announcement just to keep you guys in the loop. Later today, so Thursday, and if you're watching this on Thursday afternoon and you're trying to message me, this is going to make a lot of sense. I will not be at the computer from around basically 12:30, 1 o'clock onward. I will be back on probably later in the evening, but I have let's just call it a medical issue for now, and I need to go to a line and go to the hospital there. It's not an emergency, don't worry. Mr. Trevor is not dying. Mr. Trevor does not have corona. It's just a separate thing, okay? But don't worry about it. It's nothing too serious. I just will be away. All right. Again, if you have questions, shoot me a message. And yeah, good luck, boys and girls. Enjoy your weekend. Really enjoy it. Take some time to stay home and continue doing the same things you've been doing this week on quarantine. All right. See you later.